Okay, and are all parties ready to proceed today?
Your Honor, the people are ready to proceed partially, I would say. Complaining witness is present, so we're ready to proceed with the complaining witness. The officer in charge is a necessary witness. The officer in charge will be asked to testify as to a lineup that the officer in charge did conduct. However, that officer in charge, Detective Mariah Stevens, is not present in court today. I was informed of that when I came into the courtroom today and handed her items that I requested of her. I was informed that she was called away on a family emergency, and I was given the specifics of that family emergency, and unless asked, I did not want to place it on the record. And as a result, I would need to do this matter in Helen Park. I was informed that Detective Stevens would not be back until February 8th.
How many witnesses total are you?
It would be 2 witnesses. And I will place on the record that it was Detective Nicole Moore who did come down herself and inform me of that and provide the information I requested.
Okay, anything from the defense, either defense counsel?
Your Honor, I'd like to understand, is she able to provide 2 witnesses today, or she has 2 witnesses that are unable?
No, 2 witnesses total. It would be the complaining witness and the detective. The detective is not yet, but that's the detective.
And the complaining is the whole.
Correct.
Okay, either defense counsel have objection to holding a part. I don't like holding a part. But the complaining witness is here. And I do want to get that testimony. It would probably be the bulk of testimony.
Correct.
And then handle the OIC. She did. If you have an objection, put it in the record, please.
I would place an objection on the record. Like yourself, I prefer to have the hearing in totality at one setting, but I suppose we will leave it to some, of course, discretion.
On behalf of Mr. Brown, I'll defer to the court's decision.
Okay. Because the complaining witness's testimony can be heard in totality, I'm okay with it. I don't like splitting up, doing cross another day. That's me. So I will allow for it to be held apart. You're welcome. Any other preliminary matters? Oh, Your Honor. Okay. And you don't have anyone else in the courtroom except for defendants, advocate, attorneys, and staff, correct?
We don't have a victim advocate in the court.
Okay.
Our victim advocate can be in the courtroom when the victim testifies, and people would prefer that.
Any objections from the testimony?
None on behalf of Mr. Brown. I was going to inform the court we have an intern from Neighborhood Defender Services.
Intern, okay. I saw victim advocate, or come in quickly. I didn't know if that was a victim advocate. Okay. So we have an intern. I'm okay with victim advocate.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Okay. With that, we're going for.
Thank you, Judge. At this time, I'd like to call this Ryan.
Oh, I didn't. Afternoon. Take your time and give your name to the court reporter, and then I'll swear you. Okay? You can walk across. tell the truth or through the medical? Yeah, there you go.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, there we go. Now, do you need help getting into the box here and sit down?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Thank you. Then make sure you keep that in mind.
Ask you to state your name for the record.
Justin Christopher Minor.
And Mr. Lynn, we're gonna take you back to June 23rd, 2022. This year, did something happen that brought you to court today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And were you at a Family Dollar store or in the alleyway of a Family Dollar store at 19160 Greenfield Road, in the city of Detroit County of Wayne?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Were you there meeting up anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Who were you meeting up?
Malik.
Okay. Do you see that person you've identified as Malik in the courtroom today?
Yes, ma'am. He right behind you.
Okay, can you tell me what he's wearing? Can you
I
give
don't
me
know. It
a-
look like some cheap shit.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Mr. Ryan, first of all, I need you to stop with the profanity.
Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
We're in court. So that's my my last part, okay?
I'm gonna ask you to describe what he's wearing, in terms of like what color, what type of item.
A black mask with some on the side of it.
Let the record reflect that the witness has identified defendant number 2, Malik Old.
So reflected.
Thank you. Now, when you were at that area, were you alone or with someone else when you arrived?
I was alone.
Okay, and how did you get there? Did you drive? Did you walk? Did you bike? How did you get there?
I drove myself.
Okay, and what type of vehicle did you drive?
1999 GMC Jimmy.
Okay, and had you made plans with Malik to meet up there previously?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, well, how did you do that? How did you make those plans?
Well, actually, I had a friend that I grew up with playing football with. He actually got me in contact and told him that he wanted to buy the particular hoodie.
Okay, and it was a hoodie you stated?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you were selling this hoodie?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and did you talk to Malik or did you talk to your friend about Malik, meeting up Malik?
I talked to both of them.
Okay, all right, and did you make that decision between you and Malik and that other individual to meet up in this area?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you know if Malik was coming alone or with anyone else?
He was supposed to be coming along.
All right, when you got to the location, was Malik alone?
No,
All right, and was he, try that. Was he with one other person or multiple other people?
it was one other person.
All right, did you know that other person?
I do not.
Okay, but at the time, on June 22nd, did you know that other person?
No, I did not. Never
Okay.
heard of it.
All right, and I'm sorry, and I strike that judge of June 23rd. And how did they come to the location? Did they drive, bike, walk? How did they get to the location?
They drove.
All right, do you remember the type of vehicle that they drove in?
I don't know, the brand was silver.
Okay, silver car, do you remember if it was a 4-door or 2-door?
4-door.
Okay, and do you recall if Malik was the driver or passenger? You don't?
I'm pretty sure the passenger.
All right, and just so that, we can be clear, when, don't refrain from doing boo-boo or uh-huh, because the lady next to you, she's a court reporter, she takes down words, she can't take down sound. And it gets confusing for us if we don't have an actual word to an answer, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so now, do you see that second person that was with Malik in this courtroom today?
Yes.
All right, can you tell me where that person is in this courtroom and what that person is wearing? Describe what that person is wearing.
All right, I'm going to object at this time to an in-court identification based on, it's the defense's position that the in-court identification be based upon an improper.
Okay, that's fine.
It's the defense's position that any in-court identification would be based on an unduly suggestive photo identification that occurred earlier in this case.
I haven't heard testimony that. I'm sorry, you have a response?
Sure, Your Honor. I can lay a better foundation, Judge, if the court wants to hold defense counsel's objection in abeyance. However, the people have no intention of bringing up, defense counsel brings up an unduly suggestive photo lineup. That would be, if that is the defense counsel's position, that's an issue for the circuit court to hear at an evidentiary hearing at circuit court. However, we are not bringing up that lineup, but I will lay a further foundation for the record to reflect that this witness had an opportunity to view this second individual and had an opportunity to make out that person's features and describe that person, would be able to identify that person.
Yes, just for independent, for it to be independent from what counsel discussed.
Okay, thank you, Judge. So, Mr. Lina, that second person that you described coming with Malik Gold, did you have an opportunity to view that person?
Not 100%. He
Okay,
had a ski mask on and a hood on.
okay, you had a ski mask on and a hood on.
Yes.
Were you able to, okay, in that case, were you able to give a description of him to the police?
Yes.
Okay, and what was that description to the police?
It was a hair texture, the eyes really.
Okay, and if there was hair texture, now you say there was a ski mask, what kind of ski mask?
When that covered up the whole face.
Okay, all right. I strike an earlier question, Your Honor. All right, when Malik, did you approach Malik or did he approach you?
He approached me.
All right, and what was the nature, what did you say to him when you approached him?
It was cool. I said, what up? He hopped in.
Okay, what did you do?
We was cool. I said, what's up? How you doing?
All right,
He walked in and then,
when you say you walked in, did you walk into your vehicle?
yeah, he sat down there.
Okay, did he sit in the passenger side of the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and when he sat in the passenger side of the vehicle, what happened?
He, I told him to go get, the money that he was paying for. He got
Okay.
out of the car, came back, and then that's when Nico came out with the AR and just started shooting while he was still grabbing the stuff out
Objection,
of my
Your Honor.
car.
What's the objection?
I'm objecting and moving to strike the witness's use of the name in this instance, given that there's been no in-court identification. And I guess, sorry, and that the testimony apparently is that only the identity is now known.
You have a response?
Your Honor, we can strike the name.
Okay. So we straighten the name, Nico, as we described.
Did you see the individual who shot you?
Yes,
Okay,
I looked him in the eye. He started running right after. He didn't even know how to work a gun.
okay, when you say didn't even know how to work a gun, what happened? That you say that?
Well, he shot me in the left side of my chest. Thank God I didn't die, because it was a millimeter away from my heart. And then as I was running, I'm like, all right, y'all can have it. Just go ahead, take it. Like, it ain't worth no life. It isn't worth the life. And then,
Let me stop you there. Did someone take the hoodie?
yeah, they had it.
Who had it?
Malik.
Malik had the hoodie? What did Malik do when you were shot at?
He scrambled. He went
Okay.
to his car.
You went into his car. Is that the same car where the shooter was?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, was the shooter in the car or out of the car?
He was out of the car.
All right, and how many times did the shooter shoot at you?
I'm not sure.
Okay, did you get shot?
Twice.
Where did you get shot?
My ankle and the left side of my chest.
All right, and did Malik have a weapon?
No.
Did you tell the police that he had a weapon?
No.
Did the shooter get back into the vehicle with Malik Gold?
Yes.
And who was driving at this time?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I was out. running away.
Okay,
I figured you would do the same. I was really trying to.
okay, all right. And what type of, do you recall what type of gun was used to shoot you? Was it a handgun or was it a long gun specifically?
It's a long gun, it's like an AR pistol.
Okay, all right. And was the shooter in the vehicle when he shot you?
No, he
Okay,
ran out.
he ran
It
out.
was like an ambush.
Okay. Where was Malik when you were shot?
I was out of the car, hopping away on my good foot.
Okay,
Pretty sure he ran in the car and then that's when they drove away.
Objection, Your Honor, speculate. And said he doesn't know.
people have no argument. Okay, that is, speculation. Can I give him over here, Honor?
Yes, Ms. Lorna, just make sure you speak up, okay? For the court report.
I have nothing further to this witness, Judge.
So cross with,
Can I just have a quick second, Your Honor?
Sure.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Wine. On June 23rd, when you went to that alley behind the Family Dollar, this was after midnight,
Yes, sir.
so it was dark outside.
Correct.
The alleyway behind that Family Dollar is not very well lit, or was not very well lit on that night that you were there.
Correct.
Once Malik came back to your car, everything as far as the shooting and everything, it all happened very quickly. True?
True.
I don't think I have anything further, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Lyon.
first cross.
Hello?
Mr. Lyon, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just another question. Counsel asked you about this location. So we're talking about, around midnight or so,
Yes, sir.
uh, Family Dollar location in the alley. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're there to do,
Sell expensive hoodie.
so is this, illegal merchandise or stolen merchandise?
No.
Okay, and this was, you were there to sell a hoodie,
Correct.
anything else?
No, just a hoodie.
Um, you remember making
Hello?
a statement to the police, shortly after this incident?
No.
You don't? Your Honor, can I approach?
Sure, I guess the prosecutor knows the truth. Joy.
Oh, I just have.
Hello?
And this is to refresh his memory.
To refresh his recollection. So you recall making that statement? Do not.
No, sir.
It does say you were unable to sign, but this is supposedly a statement that you made to police at the time. And in this statement, it says that you were also attempting to sell a phone. So do you recall that? No?
I recall that the phone was there. I wasn't attempting to sell it. It got stolen.
Okay, and so even with these items at this time, can you tell the court, why did you pick a Family Dollar TV at the midnight?
It was right down the street from my house. My brother was the first one to the scene, called 911 for me. To my understanding, this was, I grew up with this kid playing football and everything. This is his cousin. To my understanding, it was just gonna be business. We was just gonna do it behind the
Okay,
Family Dollar.
okay. You answered my question. But these items weren't illegal. You could have sold this item at 4 o'clock in the parking lot of the neighborhood store. Is that correct?
Objection to relevance as well as speculation.
Better response?
I withdraw that. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't have any other questions. Witness.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Your Honor, would the defense for Mr. Brown be allowed to ask a couple of questions based on Mr. Old's counsel's questions?
So redirect was after you asked the question. You have object to that?
I do, Your Honor. We will not raise any new issues for defense counsel to recross. We did not do a redirect, therefore there would be no issues for a redirect.
That's the issue. She did redirect. Otherwise, we can't just ask questions.
Yeah, these were only going to be based on what Mr. Collins asked, but
I'm not gonna allow it.
okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Okay. Right, Mr. Lerner, you can step down, take your time. Right, no?
Yes. Okay. And then I do want to address the issue that it will not be on, therefore we will only final argument.
Oh, wait, Mr. Lerner.
Yes. I had just stated that the people did not have any further witnesses, that I wanted to address, I was not going to call a second witness, and that I was going to address the bind over argument as to one of my representatives. You're welcome. Here at this time, the people are not going to move to bind over as to D'Amico Brown. As to defendant number 2, Malik Olds, the people do move to bind over on all counts. AOM under the aiding and abetting theory that this armed robbery was done in conjunction with a second individual. And that second individual having shot at the complaining witness, Justin Lima. That thus given that armed robbery, including the shooting, having been done in conjunction with the encouragement with obviously, the planning and forethought, having driven together and as well as Mr. Old is retrieving, taking the sweatshirt, the hoodie, exiting the vehicle of the complaining witness. The second individual does shoot at the complaining witness. We ask that the felony firearm charges follow the other felonies. And we ask for a bind over as to all counts for Malik Old, and we do not again move to bind over as to D'Amico Brown.
Sure, Mr. Cohen, you don't have anything to say.
No, Your Honor, thank you. I'm just gonna get out of the way. Yeah.
Judge, we don't believe that, object to bind over on the A1 charges. We don't believe there was, intent there, that Mr. Brown has not, in his case, it has not been demonstrated that he actually participated in any kind of shooting or had any kind of weapon. The complainant clearly stated Mr. Brown didn't have any weapons at all. We would ask the court to, if anything, Your Honor, we would accept possibly a charge of felonious assault. We don't believe that facts substantiate an armed robbery charge in this case either, that he was an aider or abettor. In fact, we don't even know that there was a person to whom he aided or abetted. So we'd ask this court to deny the bind on those charges or anything to institute the felonious assault charge at all. Thank you.
If I may specify, Your Honor, because I do want my record to be clear, we are asking for a bind over on the armed robbery, the assault with intent to murder, the felonious assault, as well as the coinciding felony firearms for each of those three aforementioned felonies. We do believe that the legals and that second individual, the shooter, drove together, acted in concert, acted together as Malik Old met up with Justin Lynham, entered his vehicle, took the sweatshirt, and as he took the sweatshirt and entered back in his vehicle, the second individual with the gun shot at Justin Lynham. We do believe that these actions, all the actions, were done in concert, and as such, we ask for a bind over on all the felonies.
Okay, the court heard testimony today from complaining witness Justin Lynham. He stated in his testimony that he was to meet up with Malik Old at the Family Dollar store, which he said was near his house, and that they were meeting to sell a sweatshirt. And that Malik, as he referred to him as Malik, set the meeting up, or he was supposed to come along around after midnight. That he also grew up with Malik Old, and that he knew him and thought it was just going to be business, and that Mr. Old drove a four-door vehicle, I believe it was silver, and he said it's probably Mr. Old driving the vehicle, and that there's a second person also in the vehicle that had a ski mask on, who was not able to identify in court today based on testimony.
Judge, we did not establish the driver of the vehicle with Mr. Old at all. Testimony.
Judge, the people were to see that it was not clear.
I have here that he said that Mr. Old was
Probably is key word. Yeah, we don't know. I believe he said even passenger is what he spoke to.
And you're right, I do have your passenger. Okay, but he did say probably was passenger. Thank you for that, I appreciate that. Okay, so in Mr. Lyon's testimony, I mixed up defendant one and two, excuse me. So defendant two would be Mr. Olds, was probably the passenger in the quarter car. And then defendant one, who will not be bound over, was in the vehicle and had on a ski mask and a hood on, and one that covered the entire face. And Mr. Lyon said that he spoke to Malik and went to get the money. Malik went to get the money, and then it all happened fairly fast, in which an AR pistol was used by the second individual who was not identified, started shooting, and he was shot, Mr. Lyon, twice, once on the left side of his chest and once in his ankle. And that Mr. Olds took the hoodie and entered back into the same car with the shooter. The line said that Malik Olds never had a weapon and that this was like an ambush. So based off of the aiding and abetting theory, I believe the people have met the probable cause standard here, as Mr. Olds was the one who set up the meeting, rode in the vehicle with the shooter, spoke to Malik, or spoke to the complainant witness about the sweatshirt in the car, took the sweatshirt out of the car, and stayed at the scene while the second individual, who's unknown, shot Mr. Lyon. And although Mr. Olds did not have a weapon in his hand, I believe that he worked in conjunction and in concert with the unknown individual who did shoot Mr. Lyon. So with that, I will have Mr. Olds only, that would be defendant number 2, bound over to circuit court for arraignment on the information. That'll be for February 14th at 9:00 a.m.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello? Hello.
No, ma'am, what's your name?
Louise Johnson.
One second. Say it again. What's your name?
Louise Johnson.
Ms. Johnson, you should be in courtroom 332 with Judge Larry Williams.
Oh, I made a mistake and called the wrong docket number.
Please switch docket so for confusion. I just put the information up on the screen. So you can take down.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm.
No, when I was here before you, Ronna.